Guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? So today we are going to be making the trendy top that you can see on the thumbnail. So that's what we are going to be making. So to make this top, you are going to be cutting both the front and the back together, and you notice that there's like a stylish pocket on the front part. So that's just what we are going to be making today. So let's get started with the tutorial. So to fold your fabric, so I have around 1.5 yard here. So if you want to get the amount of fabric you are going to be needing, what you are going to do is you are going to measure how long you want your front to be and how long you want your back to be. So you know that this top is like high-low, so you are going to measure how long and how short you want it to be. So for me, I want the front part to be like 19 inches and I want the back part to be like 27 inches. So I now calculated it together and that's what I got. So let's get started with the tutorial. So firstly, you are going to be folding your fabric into two. Now you're not going to be folding on the 45 inches. So let's say this is my 45 inches. That's what I folded into two. And what I have here is the full length. So I hope you understand. So you're just going to be folding as if you are cutting a bubu. So that's what I did here. So now to get started, you're going to measure and see if this is going to be enough for us. So the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 8 inches. Then from 8 inches here, I'll calculate what I have here. So I think I have around 13.5 inches here, which is just okay for my shoulder. So the next thing to do is to fold your top. So to fold it, you know I said the short one is going to be 19 while the long one is going to be 27 inches. So that's what I'm doing. So you fold it in a way that you are folding your 19 inches for the upper part, because we are cutting both the front and the back together. So I have 19 inches here, so I'm just going to adjust this properly. So I have 19 inches here, and you notice that this top does not have joining on the shoulder. So I have 19 inches here for my front, then I'm going to mark out my 27 inches here for the back. So I just connect this to a straight line. So now the next thing to do is to work on your neckline. So the neckline we're working with 2.5 inches neckline for the front and for the back. But for the back, we're going to be coming down by 1 inch, while for the front, I'm coming down by 8 inches. So for the back, I came down by 1 inch here. Okay, see that? Then for the front here, I came down by 8 inches. So from this 8 inches now, you're going to be going in by 2 inches. So that's from the 8 inches here. So I went in by 2 inches. So now I'm going to be cutting these 2 inches straight down. That's on the front part. So we are not touching the back now. So this is going to be the neckline for the front. So by the time we cut out the neckline for the front, then we cut out the neckline for the back. So what we are going to be doing, we are going to be working on our shoulder opening. So the shoulder opening I want it to be around 10 inches, but I'm going to be cutting out 10.5 inches. So that the 0.5 inches is going to be what I'm going to be using to join it together. So from these 2 inches here is where you're going to be placing your measurements. So the bust measurement I'm working with is 10 inches. So I'm going to be adding around 4 to 5 inches since it's a free top. So I'm adding 4 to 5 inches here. So from here now, I'm just going to take it down. So I'll just connect it down all the way to the back. So here now, you're just going to make your curve. So that is your curve. So now we're just going to be cutting this out. So now this is the neckline for the front. So to cut out the neckline for the front, so you can see the way I'm cutting it out. So now this is neckline for the front. So what we marked out here for the back neckline, I'm just going to use it to cut it out both with the back. So I hope you understand what I just did now. So automatically I've cut out the neckline for the back and for the front together. So this is what we have. Then for the shoulder area, I'm going ahead to cut it. So the 5 inches I added was for both the sewing allowance and the ease for this top. So the next thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be cutting out the neckline. That's the strap for the neckline. So this is just it for the cutting of the body. So we'll now cut out the strap for the neckline. So to get the strap for the neckline that you're going to be cutting out, since we are cutting out for just the front, so you place your tape rule this way to get what you are going to be cutting out. So it's going to be on fold. So this is 19.5 here. So I have around 3 inches here. That's for the neckline for the back. So 3 inches plus 19.5, that's around 21 inches. So I'm just going to cut it out now. So guys, now for the neckline, I decided to cut this. This is around 5 inches. So on fold I have, so this is around 2.5 inches. On fold is 5 inches. So that's what we are going to be using for the neck. So now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. So what you will do is you are going to be opening up your top this way. So you can, this is the neckline for the back, this is the neckline for the front. So from here now, you mark out where your 8 inches is. Remember the 8 inches for the neckline. So I just chopped it out this way. So this is the 8 inches for the neckline. So I'm going to calculate what I have from this 8 inches this way. So you can see the way I'm placing my tape rule. So I have around 11.5 inches here. So when you get what you have there, you're going to be folding this into 2 like this, just the way I'm doing. So you mark out where 11.5 is. So this is where my 11.5 is. So this is where my 11.5 is. So you get the middle point. So this is the midpoint now. So this is from here to here. This is the folded edge. So this is the folded edge. So from here to here is my 11.5, and this is the remaining part. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and just run a straight stitch here. Then I'll come back and show you. This is it now. After taking it to the sewing machine, so this is what we have. So you can see that I've stitched this middle part. So next thing you do, you open it up this way. So you're just going to open it up this way. You give it a good press. So after you're done giving it a good press, this is how it should look like. So this is how the neckline should look like. So now to place this, so I'm just going to do all of that off camera now. But so you get, so this is the neckline. So what you do is you get the midpoint for the back, and you get the midpoint for this. So you get the midpoint here, and you also get the midpoint for the back here also. So just give it a notch. So what I'm going to be doing is, after I've given this piece a good press, I'm going to be attaching it this way. I'm going to be folding in ½ inches here, ½ inches here, all round. After I fold in ½ inches all round, then I'm going to be inserting the neckline into it. So I'll just do that and show you what I mean. So you just insert it all through. So I'm going to insert it all through, then I'll come back and show you how it's looking. So guys, I've gone ahead to attach the neckline. So now this is what I did for the neckline. So I just went ahead to get the midpoint just the way I told you I was going to get it. So I fixed it, I used my pin to pin it down, then I went ahead to attach it. After I was done attaching it, then I used my whipping machine to clean it up. Now you can do it this way. This is the easiest way you can do it. But if you don't want to do it this way, you want something neater without this rough edge, so you do it the first way I said, which is you're going to be ironing ½ inches from each side and insert the fabric inside. So if you check my kimono tutorial, that was how I did the kimono, but I feel like this is faster. So after you're done, so this is the neckline for the front. So this is how the dress is, the blouse is looking like. So now the next thing to do is I'm just going to go ahead to finish up the down part for this part and for the back. So I'm just going to use 1 inch to turn it in, 1 inch for this part also. When I'm done, then I'll show you the next thing to do. So guys, you can see I've gone ahead to turn the down part for the front, and so this is for the back. So what you are going to be doing next is you're going to be placing, okay, so you get, this is where the shoulder is. So this is where my shoulder is. So I'm just going to get where the front line stops here, and I'm just going to chalk it out. So I'm just going to go in by like ½ inch. So why I'm doing this is because I'm going to be turning this side, so just to knitting this part. So I'll turn it this way and give it a good press. So I hope you can see what I did. So around this part, I went in where the front part is stopping. So I'm just going to knit up the slit area, so for this part and for this other part. So I'll do that. So before I join the sides of the dress, so this is the pocket. So I have around 9 inches by, so I have 9 inches here on fold. So it's on fold like this. So I just folded it this way. So I have 9 inches, but I think the length I have here, I want it to be around 10 inches anyways. So let's do 11 inches because I'm also going to be turning the pocket area. So I'm just going to use 1 inch. So now this is what we are going to be doing. I'll take this to the sewing machine and join the two sides together. I'll join the two sides together. Before I finish doing that, I would have gone ahead to turn in my 1 inch so that the pocket area is going to be neat. So I'll do that, do it for the other one, then I'll come back and show you after I've joined the sides for the back part also. So guys, this is the pocket. So this is one of the pockets. So this is the second pocket. So you can see that there's an opening, so it's a real pocket. So the next thing I did was, so for the sides, so this is the side for the back. So you can see that I've gone ahead to knitting the sides. So, and this is also the shoulder area. So I'm gonna ahead to turn it also. So the last thing to do is just to join the side area. But before we join the side area, we're going to fix the pockets. So now this is the pocket now. So I'm just going to measure. So I'm just going to measure from this point. I'm going to measure like 3 inches, which I did. So this pocket now, what I have here, I have around 10 inches here. So I'm going to be placing 5 on the fabric, 5 on that. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. So from this point now, so from this point, that's from the neck line, I marked 3 inches. So I'm going to be placing the pocket this way. So I hope you understand. So to place the pocket, I said I have around 10 inches on the pocket. So I'm going to get my 5 inches here. So you can see what I just did. So what I'll do is, I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine now. So this is my 3 inches. So I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine now and just sew this way and sew this way. So I hope you understand. So I'm sewing this way and this way. So half of the pocket is dangling. So half here. So the same thing I did for this, I'm also going to do for this part also. So measure 3 inches also and divide whatsoever it is the pocket. So you can use any length you want for your pocket, but I use 10 for mine. So you just place it also. So you divide it into 2. So 5 will be dangling and 5 will be on your fabric. So I'll just go ahead to stitch this down. So just straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. Then I'll just join the sides. So that is all for the making of this beautiful top. So when I'm done, I'll come back and show you how it is looking. I'll probably put it on the mannequin. So guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I'm going to be seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.